This is Kathleen with Transformed to Wellness with Holistic Nurse Kathleen. I was kind of waiting for my nerves to calm down, but I don't think they're going to calm down. I have a confession to make. Um, Many of you may know that my mom was diagnosed with rectal cancer at the 1st of April. And usually I eat really well and take care of myself, and I haven't been. Things are going well, better than expected. And, you know, sometimes, this is just real, okay? I want to show you what stress does, but not eating right will do to your body. First, it affects our central nervous system. You can see my lips. That's part of stress. I've been crying for over 8 weeks. Um, I can't show you my chest, but now I'm starting to break out. And this is what happens when my gut isn't right. And so, being a nurse and being holistic, I tried to save lives and have for almost 30 years. And making the decision to help my mother because we had to do something. I wasn't going to give her chemo. Chemo's out. I know people take it. God bless you. I'm glad you made it through it, but I can't give her something that's going to harm her body like that. So we had to make a decision. We chose the lowest dose radiation that we could do for the shortest amount of time. So it's all this week. And there's been some wonderful things come out of it. And that's unusual for me to say because it's hard to give something or to approve something to be given to someone that kills not only the cancer, but the tissue around it. So I've got her on all kinds of holistic things. She's doing well. There are some side effects, not too bad. Everything is being controlled, and today is day 3. But I started eating horribly. I'm a non-GMO person, give me organic, good, healthy water and everything. And I don't know if it's guilt of going through this because I know it's not the healthiest way, but we're in stage 3, 4. Originally, they said 6 months if she hadn't stopped bleeding a month or less. And she's my soulmate. So obviously, I don't want to lose her, but I know that these things happen and this is part of life and it's part of something that I have to accept. And it's been a really tremendous learning experience about myself. And I have to give a shout out to Karen Langston, who's done some sessions with me and has helped me tremendously. Jennifer has been wonderful. Just a lot of people I could name. But what I really want to say is this. So I don't know if I'm self-sabotaging myself. Um, I'm going to tell you a few of the things I eat and I would never eat. And something I drank that's deadly. It's not the alcohol or no drugs, nothing like that. I'm not back to that. I'm not going back to that. Yesterday, for some reason, after her treatment, I get really hungry. I don't know why. And so yesterday, and every day since Friday, when we had the simulation, the worst thing you can do is drink a soda. I haven't had soda in years. And the type of soda I drank is really bad. Diet Coke, caffeine free. Haven't had it in years. And believe me, I can feel the results from it. So it has aspartame in it, causes, guess what? Cancer, brain tumors, seizures, holes in the brain. It completely messes up our metabolic processes. It's poison. But every single day after her treatment, I go in and I get a big gulp, and I have one every single day since Friday, except over the weekend. I don't do it when we don't have a treatment. And then yesterday I had a hot dog on a white bun. I know how harmful that is. And it's by not eating right, it affects us mentally, physically. That's stress. I can't show you my chest, but it's breaking out. And that's how I know my gut is taking a hit. It always comes out in my skin. So Like I said, it could be self-sabotage. I've had nachos. I've had some fast food, not McDonald's, drive-throughs that have pretty healthy food for fast food, but still not good. I have thousands of dollars worth of food in my house that I can eat, but for some reason, and I think it's guilt. And today, I decided it ends, that I am worthy. We're doing the best that we can. We have to stop the bleeding. The tumor has to shrink, and it is. And I saw it yesterday. If you read my note for the last 2 days, there's been some spiritual, godly experiences. And again, I have to thank Karen Langston for that. We all, even though we may be healers, and I give God the credit, and God has healed people through me, and it's not me. I let him use me. He's the healer. And I've been laying hands on her. I've been praying for her. When we were in the hospital before, when she had her bypass on her leg, we had to go to rehab, and they gave her Cipro when she started going into liver failure. I had them stop all the meds. I didn't know they were giving that to her, even though I was with her 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They slipped it in, and her liver enzymes weren't coming down. Nothing was coming down, and they wanted to start to do something. And I laid hands on her liver because I felt the Holy Spirit tell me to do that. And I prayed for her for 2 days, laying hands on her, asking him through the power of the Holy Spirit to heal her. And he did. He did. And I know that doesn't happen all the time, but try it. Why not? I think we all have that. We all have that gift. We just have to tap into it. So I've been bad. The things that I teach and that I live by, I'm not even doing them for myself. And again, I think it's out of guilt. But I need to have a different mindset, that I'm doing the best I can. She's getting natural things, holistic things. The main thing is to keep the inflammation down, which I'm doing turmeric and black pepper. I've been preparing her for this for 6 weeks. And so far, so good. Some nausea, some rectal pain, some sharp pain. I got her a seat to sit on and all that. But in saying all that, first off, I want to say 2 things. One is never give up hope. The doctors, I'm a positive person, uplifting, encouraging, and not as much as with myself as with others, but that's another story. And we go to these doctors and they start telling us these negative things, and that, first one says healing and a cure. Well, they can't do that. I said, well, only God can do that. You cannot do that, but God can. And but they write palliative care and hospice, so I'm making them go in and do addendum to their notes because that's the appropriate thing to do. And I went to the chief of oncology, and they will be adding addendums. But you come out of there feeling this fear and this like doom and gloom, and I let it come into me. I accepted it for some reason, and I don't know why I did that this time, because that's not like me. So we walk away from all that, and I'm like, crap, she's about to die. This is going to happen. What am I going to do? She's my best friend. I love her with all my heart. I would give my life for her. But that's not how life works. So after that, I changed my mindset. I said, you know what? I'm going to do everything in my power. I pray that God heals her. He will, in one way or another. I hope he chooses the way I choose, but I don't get a say in that. But I can do everything that I can do to get her to eat right, to get her the supplements, to give her the ivermectin, to do everything to help her symptoms. But now I need to help myself, right? Because I'm worthy. You're worthy. You may be going through something right now and nobody knows, and maybe you're not going to come on live and talk about it. I felt this yesterday in my spirit to come on live yesterday, but I didn't have time. And by the time I got home, I just didn't have it in me. And I'm not a person that does something if I don't feel the passion to do it. I have to feel that. And this morning, it happens in the shower all the time, in the shower or when I'm mowing. it just came to me so strong in my spirit. Yes, you have to leave here in 20 minutes to go for the third treatment. And I want to pray before we go and lay hands on her. But I felt so strong that I needed to come on and say this. And don't give up, and don't believe, it's like I told the doctors, well, I understand what you're saying, but you don't know my God and you don't know us. I've seen people when they give up, when the spirit gives up, they usually pass pretty quick. But Mom's a fighter. Yesterday I was called a warrior goddess. I thought that was really nice, and thank you, Fang. I appreciate that. But I got it from my mom. She's a warrior. She'll fight till the end. And I will have to tell her to let go, because I know she's not going to want to. But you know what? None of us knows when we're going. None of us. So we should live every day doing what we love and loving others and helping others and lifting each other up, empowering, because you don't know the person that you're sitting next to at a gas station, if you're riding a bus, you don't know what they're going through. So we have to have grace and kindness. That's the first thing I want to say. And the second thing, well, there's a lot of things I want to say, but I want to keep it short because I have to go in 15 minutes. Our gut. Our gut health affects our mental health and everything. You can see from the stress, my lips, the crying. Of course, I'm going to cry. It's okay to cry. It's okay to look like this. I'm going through a lot. I'm not going to hide it. Why should I be ashamed of it? I'm a real person. You're a real person. We need support. I've tried to do so many things in my life alone. I can do it. I don't need anybody. I thought that for a long time, and I've lived that way for a long time until I came to Substack. And that's one of the reasons I came, for connection. I met some great people here, but we have to eat right. So there's a really simple thing to do, and I do it, and I know how to do it, and I teach people how to do it. So, not to be a salesy person or anything like this, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, and I offer it to others. I actually, it's kind of interesting that I made this product. I've been working on it for like over 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, about a gut reset. It's a 3-day gut reset. You can reset your gut in 3 days. I've proven it. I've seen it. There's thousands of testimonials. So you find yourself not eating the way you should, or when you eat, you don't feel well, or I believe in eating according to our DNA. I feel best when I'm doing that, and I lose weight when I'm doing that. And I put on a few pounds right here in the middle because of my poor choices, because of my guilt. But that mindset changes, right? There's no reason to feel guilty. I need to feel love and compassion, not only towards her, but towards myself. And it's hard sometimes. And we teach it, and we're mentors, and we help people heal, and we do all that. But this is real life, and it happens to us too. And there's no reason to be ashamed. So my 3-day gut reset, anyway, I'm going to put a link later on today. I don't know how to do it in the live, and I don't really care to do it in the live, but I put it on Gumroad. It's really simple to do. If anybody's having these symptoms or have felt guilt or whatever, or not eating correctly, and believe me, it affects you mentally. It affects you mentally. It affects every single part of your body. But I'll put a link in. I've got it for a very cheap price, $19 or $18. It's got a lot of information in it. And it's a 3-day gut reset. And I know that when I do it, and I continue to eat the way that I know to eat, the way I've eaten for years, this will go away. The rash that's coming up, and what'll happen, it'll turn into hives, and it'll go up my neck. It's happened before. So by doing that and then continuing to eat well, that everything's going to be fine, and I'll feel better mentally, or I can be there for her more, or not more, but in a healthier way, right? Because when we take care of others, it's not easy. And those of you that are caregivers, God bless you and God be with you. And I know a lot of people aren't believers or religious or whatever, and I'm not religious, but I do believe in God. And, I think faith is good. Faith in something. You got to have it to get through these things. But I really just wanted to come on and put that out there. And I figured I might as well add the 3-day gut reset. It's cheap. There's a lot of information in there. And that's what I'm about to do starting today. Starting today, I'm going to reset my gut. And then I'll go back to eating according to my blood type. That's how I eat. And I do very well with it. And, and I'll feel better mentally. I'll get better sleep. My hormones will be balanced. My cortisol levels will come down, because this is what happens. And of course, the perception of the situation, the stress, and by all means, we're all going through something. I always say we're either in something, we're coming out of something, or we're going into something, you know? And so be kind to yourself and reach out when you need help. I know it's hard to do for some of us, but I'll tell you, it changes everything. So I just wanted to be short, and I want to thank everybody. There's so many people I want to thank, and I'll probably send something out later, not in a live, that have been godsends to me. And without them and their support, this would have been a whole lot harder. Um, it's hard to do these things by yourself. And we were not made to do this alone. We were made to do this with each other. So I guess that's all I need to say right now. Thank you, everyone. I can't see everyone who's joined. I really appreciate your time. I just came on all of a sudden because it was so strong and my heart was just filling with, I need to say this because I know it's going to help someone. And my whole reason to be here is not about the money, as you know, is to help people. And if we can just change one person's life, say someone may not want to be alive today. Hey, been there. There's a reason you're here. And there's a reason you're here at this time right now, no matter what's going on in the world. You can create whatever you want. I can say this, and I said this to Karen Langston this morning. I'm happy. I'm happy, and my mother is getting radiation treatments for rectal cancer, and I'm happy. I'm not to the part of joy, but I'm happy. I haven't been happy. And that's what community does. So again, thank you everyone for coming on with such short notice. I really appreciate everyone. And I just want to tell you to have a fantastic day. We're calling this healing session. His mother is very anxious. I had to give her extra Ativan yesterday. She's a very anxious person anyway. She's a warrior, but she's a worrier. And I told her, Mom, we're going for a healing treatment. And when we walk in and we see the faces of these people with no hair and hair pieces on and pale and everything, now I'm saying to them, oh, I see you're here for your healing treatment. And that's the way to look at it. It's a healing treatment. And that's the energy I'm giving it. That's the focus that I'm giving it. And that's the love that I'm giving it. So anyway, thank you, everyone. I really appreciate you being here. And everybody have a blessed day. Thank you.